2022 hasn't been a great year for Xbox in terms of first-party releases. But even though their studios haven't started churning out content just yet, Game Pass continues to be the shining star in their portfolio. In fact, next year's looks even more stacked for the service with releases like Starfield and Forza. So here's everything that's been confirmed for Xbox Game Pass in 2023. Starting with number 11, we've got Turnip Boy Robs a Bank. If you've played Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion, then you probably know what you're in for here. Starting off as a cute farming adventure, this game turns into some serious fun as our little turnip goes around destroying tax papers and, well, just being an absolute menace. The sequel, though, is gonna turn things up to 11 by introducing the Pickled Gang to a life of crime. Like, we're literally blowing up vaults and jumping through laser beams now, which sounds absolutely bonkers. Funnily enough, the idea for the game stemmed from a Reddit AMA where someone asked the devs whether Turnip Boy had it in him to rob a bank. Well, guess we know the answer now. Coming up at 10, survive in the brutal Norse world of Valheim. Valheim's one of those games that took off on Steam earlier this year for seemingly no reason at all, but it was actually the solid gameplay loop and the extra mythology stuff that set this survival game apart from the rest. So after getting a ton of awards and accolades in such a short time period, Iron Gate's bringing its brilliant sandbox over to the Xbox consoles. You'll be able to build houses, hunt for resources, and fight your way to Valhalla, except with a controller. Oh, and apparently the wait won't be that long either, as the publisher Coffee Stained has promised a summer release on Xbox Game Pass. For number 9, a twisted take on Pinocchio with Lies of P. Lies of P was one of the biggest surprises to come out of this year's Gamescom. We mean, Bloodborne's already one of the most critically acclaimed games out there, so when NeoWiz decided to bring that Souls-like formula into a Pinocchio story, we knew that we were in for a treat. Make no mistake, this game is a visual feast with an incredible sense of style. Oh, and you'll encounter plenty of tentacle monsters on your journey through this gorgeous Victorian city. That said, perhaps the best part about this game is that yes, this is that fairy tale, meaning that your nose will grow with each lie and switch up the dynamics. At number 8, return to the racetrack with Forza Motorsport. Alright, we get that racing games aren't everyone's cup of tea, but this one's super important for a couple of reasons. For starters, this is the first motorsport game since 2017, which is an incredibly long waiting time for the franchise. Plus, it's built on Turn 10's brand new engine, which will power not only this title, but also the future Horizon games and Fable. Also, it's just gearing up to be a really solid racing game, with incredible attention to detail, ray-traced reflections on the racetrack, and obviously a ton of cars for you to zip around in. So buckle your seatbelts and start your engines as Forza Motorsport launches on Xbox Game Pass next spring. Coming in at number 7, we have Wo Long Fallen Dynasty. Team Ninja's been on a roll over the past few years with games like Neo, and with their upcoming fantasy adventure Wo Long Fallen Dynasty, they've got no plans of slowing down anytime soon. Introduced by the big man Phil Spencer himself during the Xbox showcase in June, Wo Long will throw players into 14th century feudal China, except with supernatural elements like giant dragons and super buff old dudes who will most probably obliterate you. Yep, this is indeed a Souls-like, and if you've played the Neo franchise, then you'll have a good idea of what to expect. Like, there's some sick traversal, but the star of the show here is definitely the combat with its parry and dodge mechanics. Also, you don't even have to wait to get a taste because the demo's already out on Xbox. That said, the full game's slated for an early 2023 release on Game Pass. Now for number 6, fight for the overworld in Minecraft Legends. Minecraft's obviously one of, if not the biggest game on the planet. After all, its versatile sandbox has literally limitless potential. But what if we told you that Mojang's done a pivot for their next adventure by making a strategy game? Yep, Minecraft Legends is all about building your fortress, assembling a big army, and going to war against these vile monsters crawling out of the underworld. Of course, you'll make plenty of friends, or foes along the way as well. The visuals look pretty cool as well, with all that stylized cell shading, which, again, isn't something we see much in the franchise. Oh, and who knows, maybe you'll have a cheeky Herobrine encounter in there too. So put on your netherite armor and charge into battle as Minecraft Legends comes out in the first half of 2023 on Xbox Game Pass. For number 5, we have The Last Case of Benedict Fox. Okay, so this one kinda came out of left field during Microsoft's summer showcase and blew everyone away. On its surface, The Last Case of Benedict Fox is a neat side-scroller with weapons and abilities, but in reality, it is so much more. For instance, it starts off with our character heading into a spooky mansion with what seems like a ghost. Literally moments later, though, it unfolds into this incredible Lovecraftian Metroidvania as you explore the memories of dead victims to find clues. Also, yes, there are plenty of Ori-like big monsters waiting to eat you down there. So So take on the last case of Benedict Fox and drive into a twisted world of forbidden rituals and menacing foes as it drops on Game Pass in spring 2023. At number 4, tame dinosaurs and conquer the world in Ark 2. Ark is one of those games that always sticks around no matter what, and honestly, it deserves all the plaudits too, because at the end of the day, it's a solid survival adventure. Now the sequel's seemingly looking to build upon that with even bigger dinosaurs in a vast open world. Also, it's been made on Unreal Engine 5, which basically means that it's gonna be absolutely gorgeous to look at. The real star of the show here, though, is Vin Diesel. Yep, the Fast and Furious actor's in the game, and he's gonna do everything to protect his family from the beasts that roam this planet. So saddle up your T-Rex and prepare your spears as Ark 2 launches in the first half of 2023. Coming in at number 3, Flintlock: The Siege of Dawn. When Flintlock was initially shown at the Xbox conference in June, it left us feeling confused. Like, of course, the visuals and the gameplay looked great, but it was hard to point out whether it was a fast-paced action game or more like Dark Souls. And after the first round of previews, it seems like this sits right in between, kinda like God of War 2018. On the one hand, you've got your trusty flintlock that can blast people and beasts alike. Plus, when you combine that with the axe and your little fox companion, then you get a deadly and satisfying combo. Make no mistake though, you won't just get through your enemies like butter in this third-person adventure, because yep, real Souls-like bosses are waiting for you too. Besides, the rad dodge mechanics are enough of a reason to at least give this one a try. Now for number 2, Arcane's triumphant return with Redfall. Being one of the most revered studios on the planet, Arcane Austin still got a lot to prove with Redfall. Like, of course, they're coming off the heels of an incredible game in Prey and have Dishonored in their portfolio too, but with this being a more Borderlands-style FPS experience, people aren't quite sure what to expect. That said, if there's anything that we've got no doubts about, is the fact that Redfall's level design is gonna be top-notch. Oh, and the different abilities and the character quips look super dope as well. So slay some scary vampires and fix the sun in Redfall as it lands on Game Pass next year. Finally, at number 1, Bethesda's biggest game yet, Starfield. Okay, here's the big one. We're sure that Starfield needs no introduction because it's one of, if not the most anticipated game of 2023. If you've been living under a rock though, here's the bottom line. You're a space explorer and humanity's last hope. Or if you don't want to be the good guy, you could join the space pirates and choose to kill everyone instead. The world is your oyster here. Oh, and it's not just one world, as you can fly your spaceship to up to almost 1,000 different planets, each with its own fauna and flora. Make no mistake, this is the biggest open-world RPG that Bethesda has made. So expect greatness from this one as it launches on Game Pass early next year. That's a wrap for this video. Which of these games are you looking forward to the most? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.